Jen, it's you time. Time for ashwagandha.
People can't tolerate their sweet potatoes. No, at some level, we're all being somewhat harmed.
Wait. What?
We're all being somewhat harmed.
Gathering here, today we talk about what can really make a difference with CKD. I've been working with people suffering from kidney disease for more than 10 years now, and I've met many people who were able to improve their levels. Some of them were even able to bring their GFR back to 60, back to normal. But on the other hand, I've also seen people that despite all their best efforts weren't able to get the results they wanted. And in many cases, the reason was one of the 5 mistakes we are going to see in today's video. There are 5 mistakes, 5 hidden dangers you must never fall for. Fact: there is no chance of improving, no chance of avoiding being tied to a machine if you make one or more of these mistakes. Because it's not the stage of kidney disease you are in that determines your chances of improving your creatinine levels, says science. It's what you do every day. Yes, this study proved once and for all that even those in stage 4 and 5 can improve, but they must be very careful with their diet, with their vitamins, and with the supplements they take. And for sure, you must know about and avoid the 5 mistakes of this video if you want to improve. Let's start with a mistake that many people are making today, right when they are trying to take care of themselves. Maybe because they watch this commercial. Let's take a look.
Jen, it's you time. Time for ashwagandha.
Yeah, Jen, it's you time. But have you really brought good into the world today? Or is that a dangerous bad habit that you are trying to sell us? Because there is no denying that ashwagandha has become incredibly popular today. Many people swear by this adaptogen because it really helps them relaxing after a stressful day, they say. And many supplement brands are starting to put it in everything. Not just gummies, but also in sleep-promoting preparations, in nootropics, in oils, in patches, in supplements for men, and in supplements for kids. Do kids really need ashwagandha now? Well, according to Jennifer Lopez and many other celebrities and spokespeople, of course they do, just like everyone else. But ashwagandha may be very dangerous for you if you have CKD. Why is ashwagandha bad for the kidneys? There is very limited research on the safety of ashwagandha on the kidneys. There is, however, some research even showing possible damage to the kidneys and liver. There is also research linking ashwagandha to worsen hyperthyroidism, which could even cause kidney damage. And ashwagandha also seems to interact with many common medications, including those for diabetes, thyroid, cholesterol, or hypertension. Even worse, this incredibly common supplement has been linked to cases of kidney transplant rejection. Yes, there are documented cases of people losing their transplanted kidney after taking ashwagandha. So be very careful with this incredibly popular supplement, especially if you are taking medications or if you received a transplant. And you know, many people take ashwagandha because it works like some sort of happy pill for them. It's very difficult to give up something like that. So be careful. And what's worse than taking a supplement that damages your kidneys? Well, the next mistake, which is actually one of the greatest dangers of our times. Number 4 is falling for online misinformation. Yes, this is way more dangerous than people think. Because one thing is being fed misinformation by advertising. We know that we are not supposed to trust what ads say, alright? But what about influencers and online experts? They are supposed to know a lot about their topic and people tend to trust them. Now, I learned about the next piece of misinformation from a comment from one of you guys. I'll read it. Here is your number one misinformation on oxalates, Sally Norton. The worst advice. So one of my subscribers, David Garlinger, thinks that Sally Norton is the actual number one when it comes to misinformation about oxalates. But is he right? Let's see. Now this video started in a bad way already from the thumbnail. No, plants are not toxic. Then, however, it got immediately worse.
Hey guys, just want to take a second to thank our sponsor, Carnivore Bar. I don't promote many products because honestly, all you need to be healthy is to just eat
This is
meat.
gonna be real bad. Why is everyone promoting the avoidance of vegetables in the pocket of some keto or carnivore company? Now after that, here's the gold nugget of misinformation.
I was in some odd case where suddenly, some people can't tolerate their sweet potatoes. No, like at some level, we're all being somewhat harmed.
Wait. What?
So we are all being harmed by potatoes, she says. It must be some sort of a potato ploy to take over the world or something like that. Then she proceeds to explain that kidney patients need to avoid oxalate more than anyone else.
I'm quite aware of oxalates because it causes kidney stones. So I knew that kidney patients need a low oxalate diet.
Which is also misinformation, by the way. Then she goes on saying that she started to remove oxalates from her diet because she was suffering from an idiopathic condition. And did she start to feel better?
With the low oxalate diet, it actually can make you feel worse.
No, she didn't. She felt worse. So she's now avoiding potatoes and she's even worse. And did she decide to abandon this crazy idea of removing veggies from her diet? Of course not. Eventually, her solution was to just stop eating all veggies. She calls it oxalate dumping, and I bet she tells you all about it in her book. I'm not going any deeper because I don't want to propagate even more misinformation. But the bottom line is, just go full carnivore, she says. Don't worry if all that meat destroys your kidneys. As long as you stop potatoes from, harming you. So yeah, it looks like my subscriber was right after all. This is very bad. I mean, she could have followed an elimination diet and she could have found out the cause of her problem instead of putting her kidneys in danger by following and promoting a fad diet. Now guys, keep in mind that this kind of dietary activism, which is always promoted by people selling books or something like that, is dangerous for people with CKD. Because while there are some people who are sensitive to oxalates, it's not the majority of people. The majority of people, including most kidney patients, is not sensitive to oxalate. This is why we have dietary guidelines. So what should you do with oxalates? Follow current guideline for the renal diet, which is encourage all patients with CKD to improve fruit and vegetables intake. Yes, today people with CKD are recommended to eat more spinach, kale, broccoli, and the other super healthy veggies out there. So it's not me debunking the misinformation about oxalate, it's the guideline. In conclusion, don't worry about oxalate and don't trust anyone telling you that the carnivore diet is good for you. They are probably trying to sell you a book or something like that. Now guys, there are also people who are actually sensitive to oxalate. But don't go away now, there are 3 mistakes that can be even more dangerous. I'm talking in particular about the bad habit that may actually make your GFR decline faster. Luckily, this is also something we can fix. Number 3, not following a diet rich in veggies and low in protein. Yes, this is very dangerous. And while this serious mistake may be a direct consequence of the kind of misinformation we just learned about, there are also people who are simply not informed. But you see, today's guideline is very clear on this. People with kidney disease in all the stages and despite diabetes status need to focus on a diet that's low or very low in protein and high in fruit and veggies. There is no improving if you don't follow this requirement. So every time someone asks me why they aren't improving, what I want to ask them is always the same thing. Are you being strict with your low protein diet? Because if you follow me here regularly, you probably already know that following a low or very low protein diet is basically the rule now for anyone with CKD, including people with diabetes. But you see, only a diet that truly adheres to strict protein restriction is supported by science. Up next, a serious mistake that may damage your kidneys in a very sneaky way. Not knowing about this very underrated correlation may be very dangerous. Let's take a look. Number 2, not supplementing folic acid if you are taking an ACE inhibitor. ACE inhibitors are very commonly recommended by nephrologists to help hypertension in people with reduced GFR. While these medicines are often touted as lifesavers and they can really help, we also know that they also present several unwanted effects, sometimes dangerous. In particular, those taking ACE inhibitors without also supplementing folic acid may face a faster decline in GFR, says a very large study. The study I'm referring to was conducted on 15,104 people with hypertension and reduced GFR and lasted more than 4 years. The conclusion it reached is pretty solid. Taking folic acid with an ACE inhibitor means protecting your kidneys. We believe that the reason behind this may be hyperuricemia or too high uric acid in the body. Folic acid can really help with that. And while this is still being studied today, there is enough science to be sure that you want to take 0.8 milligrams of folic acid per day, especially if you are taking an ACE inhibitor. Now, folic acid is something you can also get from foods. Leafy greens, especially spinach and kale, but also many fruits, including citrus fruits and berries, are all great sources of it. There is another vitamin, on the other hand, that you will never be able to get from foods: vitamin B12. Unfortunately, not having enough vitamin B12 may cause or worsen one of the worst causes of kidney damage. This is why this very dangerous mistake is our number 1 for today. Number 1, letting anemia go unchecked. Anemia is a very dangerous cause of kidney damage. It's not just caused by B12 deficiency, a vitamin that everyone following a plant-based diet must supplement. It's also caused by kidney disease. It's impossible to improve your kidney health without first taking care of anemia. Now the worst part. According to recent statistics, up to 72.8% of kidney disease sufferers also have anemia. And that's a frightening number of people. Almost 3 out of 4 CKD sufferers. And unfortunately, only 4% of people with this problem are receiving the appropriate attention. Even worse, most people with anemia are not even having their iron levels checked. So very important, if you have any reason to believe that you are not receiving the appropriate attention for this dangerous issue, get informed now. And in my video up here, this is the most dangerous complication of kidney disease. 3 out of 4 CKD patients have it. It causes fatigue, headaches, hair loss, and it makes kidney disease progress faster. Why are doctors ignoring it? I've been helping kidney disease patients take control of their health for more than a decade now. We know very well that improving the main indicators of kidney health, such as GFR or creatinine levels, is always possible, even in stage 5 pre-dialysis. There is, however, one thing that can almost completely prevent any improvement whatsoever. It's having untreated or undiagnosed complications. Complications are diseases that are caused by CKD, alright? They can make your life very hard, especially because they need to be diagnosed and treated if you want to have a chance at improving your kidney health. And there is one complication in particular that most doctors are ignoring in today's clinical practice. It's anemia. Anemia is both very common and very often overlooked in CKD patients, as this recent study published on the AJKD proves. So the big question is anemia preventing you from improving your kidney health? Anemia is so common in CKD that it's considered one of the most frequent causes of fatigue and tiredness. And it can also cause headaches, problems with concentration, paleness, hair loss, dizziness, and difficulty breathing. These are some of the most commonly observed symptoms in people suffering from anemia. So if you have one or more of these symptoms and you are not being treated for anemia already, talk to your nephrologist, alright? This is very important. Most doctors are not going to do this for you. You have to ask. Now, there is a supplement that can make all the difference with anemia. This is L-carnitine. L-carnitine is actually an FDA-approved treatment for kidney disease, alright? Carnitine is a chemical that the body actually produces in the brain, liver, and kidneys. It's used mainly to turn fat into energy. But in people with kidney disease, the levels for this molecule are often too low, and this is known to make anemia worse. This is a condition called secondary carnitine deficiency. And this is why supplementing just 1000 milligrams of this nutrient twice daily may make a huge difference. Now, carnitine may have many other benefits for those with kidney disease. It can effectively improve markers of inflammation, and keep in mind that inflammation is an extremely important cause of kidney damage, and decreasing it means directly protecting your kidneys. L-carnitine can also seriously lower systolic pressure. In one study, 2 grams of acetyl L-carnitine per day resulted in an almost 10-point drop in systolic pressure, which is frankly amazing for a supplement you will be taking to help with anemia. And a different study on people with type 2 diabetes, carnitine supplements significantly reduced sugar levels and improved insulin sensitivity compared to a placebo. And a recent analysis of clinical trials of subjects with diabetes found that acetyl L-carnitine 3 grams a day orally for 1 year provided significant relief of nerve pain and improved vibration perception in those with diabetic neuropathy. So yeah, supplementing this nutrient may have incredible benefits for you. Now, there is only a big problem with carnitine. It's approved for CKD, as I was saying, but not in the form you can buy from Amazon, which is taken by mouth. It's only approved for administration via IV, alright? But why is that? Well, the reason is that carnitine isn't absorbed very well when taken orally. But when carnitine is injected, you are going to see huge benefits. And obviously, only your doctor can prescribe you carnitine via IV. So the big question is, are you getting the appropriate treatment for anemia? So guys, this is a question I want you to answer in comment section. Is your doctor testing you for iron levels? Are they giving you the appropriate treatment? Please let me know in comment section. If the answer is no, ask for a test, alright? Complete blood count or CBC test is an easy and reliable way of diagnosing anemia. And every single kidney disease patient is supposed to do these tests regularly. As I was saying in the beginning of the video, the vast majority of doctors are doing absolutely nothing when it comes to dealing with anemia. Treating anemia is something you absolutely need to do in order to treat CKD. But the problem here is that this proactive thinking has only shown up in recent years. A good portion of doctors are still going by old standards, which means they are just ignoring the issue. Now, bear with me for a moment because this is a huge problem for anyone suffering from kidney disease. You see, according to studies, only 4% of people with anemia are receiving the appropriate attention. However, we also know that more than 50% of men with CKD have anemia. And when it comes to women, 70% or more have anemia. So about 3 out of 4 CKD patients have anemia. Now, what's shocking about that is that only 4% of patients are being treated. Even worse, most patients don't even have their iron levels checked. This is what a recent article published on Medscape says about the issue. According to the author of this article, and I quote, "When physicians see CKD patients with anemia, they often make the assumption that the cause is anemia of CKD, and thus they do not check iron levels." Okay, since when a doctor license has become a license to people? I mean, are you reading what I'm reading? This is like saying that your airline pilot for today is not going to check with the control tower if there are other planes on the strip before landing because they know that there are other planes, so they are just going to crash the plane and call it a day. But this is what this article says, alright? Most doctors today don't think they need to check you or treat you for anemia because they already know you have it. So why should they waste their precious time treating you when they could be, playing golf instead? Now guys, today, anemia is treatable. So most important thing we all can do is raising the awareness. This is why I am making this video today, and you can help. Give this video a like and share with anyone you know who is suffering from kidney disease. You can help people by raising the awareness. So share this video now. What's more, there are also certain foods, lifestyle changes, supplements, and medications that can really make a difference. And that's extremely important because for many patients, treating anemia can make all the difference between ending up in dialysis and starting to see their GFR improve. So, a very important thing you want to do if you have anemia is tune up the way you eat. Now guys, when it comes to anemia, the diet is crucial. Remember that anemia is caused by iron deficiency in most CKD patients, alright? So eat accordingly, but iron is not the easiest thing to get in a renal diet. But don't go full liver king now just because plants don't have a lot of iron. There is a simple way to solve that. How? Eat more spinach. Spinach is probably the best food in the world when it comes to fighting anemia. Spinach is one of the best plant-based sources of iron, but spinach also contains significant amounts of nutrients that are key to improve iron levels, such as vitamin C. Another food you should always consider: oats. Oats are very healthy and very rich in iron. What not many people know about oats is that this food is so healthy and rich in nutrients, its consumption has been linked to improve serum albumin in CKD patients. Guys, it's not common to find foods that can directly improve nutritional status as effectively as oats. The only problem, oats don't have any vitamin C, so be sure to eat them at the same time as a source of these nutrients such as strawberries, kiwis, or lemon. One more food you should consider is green beans. While many legumes are rich in iron, great for anemia, they usually also come with too much protein for a renal diet. Protein is known for directly making CKD progress faster. Not something we want, absolutely. But green beans have very little protein in them, and not just compared to other beans. You see, there is less protein in 1 cup of green beans than in 1 slice of bread. So make sure that green beans are a regular on your table. Maybe saute them in an iron cask skillet to get even more iron. Guys, let's take a look at this table now. These are some of the best foods in the world for those wanting to lower their creatinine levels. The trick here is to eat foods rich in iron such as spinach, kale, Swiss chard, big greens at the same time as a food rich in vitamin C such as kiwi, lemon, strawberry, and more. Doing this regularly will provide your body with enough iron and will make it bioavailable. This will make all the difference in the world. And what can be even more effective is to supplement the right vitamins for anemia. Now, vitamin C is crucial for anemia as we have seen. So the most common advice is to take a vitamin C supplement in a low dose, 60 to 100 milligrams at the same time as you eat a meal containing foods rich in iron. Or at the same time as iron supplements if you are taking non-heme iron supplements, alright? Now, another crucial vitamin to supplement when dealing with anemia or CKD in general is B9 or folate. Folate is involved in the production of hemoglobin, and people with anemia really need more of that. Even more important, studies say that people in stage 3 of CKD who took 0.8 milligrams of folate, which is 2 times the RDA for this nutrient, had a significant slower progression of CKD. Another key nutrient is B12, also known as cobalamin. This is the energy nutrient, and it's also crucial to fight anemia and lower creatinine levels. B12 is really important because it works together in the body with folate to create hemoglobin. And so many people are lacking this one, especially those following a plant-based or vegan diet will never get enough B12, as this is only present in animal foods. Keep in mind that a deficiency in any of these vitamins even alone can cause anemia. The other nutrient needed to make iron in the body is B6. There is no hemoglobin without B6, and deficiencies of this nutrient are too common to be ignored. In short, Vitamin B6, vitamin B9, and vitamin B12 are key to fight anemia. It's almost impossible to get enough of them in a renal diet, especially B12. Supplementing them is crucial to fight anemia and kidney disease. Now question, what if nothing works? Well, these supplements in dietary choices are very important, but since anemia is caused by CKD, they are not always enough to solve the problem. This is when you need to talk to your doctor. Some patients may still need to take medications including erythropoietin and prescription iron in order to get their hemoglobin levels in check. So what this means is that you need to focus both on lifestyle choices and on prescription therapies in order to win this battle, alright? And yes, your doctor should be planning all these for you. But how often do they forget about that? Now guys, if you are worried about other things your doctor might have forgotten to tell you about, watch my recent video up here. In this video, 7 signs your kidneys are actually getting better and how to get there. I've got a lot of comments asking me how to reduce swelling, how to lower protein in the urine, how to stop itching, nausea, and more. So today I will share with you how to solve all these issues naturally. Now the best part, these symptoms we are going to take care of today are usually signs that kidney function is decreasing. But on the other hand, seeing improvements in the specific symptoms we will discuss today is a sign that your kidneys are actually improving. Because you see, science says that an improvement in kidney function can be achieved in any stage of kidney disease, including stage 5 pre-dialysis. So let's see immediately how to achieve the 7 signs that your kidneys are getting better. Let's start with protein in the urine. Now, proteinuria is both a sign of kidney damage and a predictor of kidney function. What this means is that seeing too high proteinuria levels in your analysis may mean that your kidney disease is going to get worse fast. We can avoid that, fortunately. What really works in order to lower your proteinuria levels are the same things that I always recommend in order to improve your kidney function. Following a plant-based diet, controlling high blood pressure and diabetes, reducing phosphorus and protein intake, drinking more water, and exercising regularly. Everyone is supposed to follow these steps. But there is also one specific thing that has been found to really help when it comes to proteinuria. I'm talking about vitamin D. Vitamin D is considered the kidney vitamin because supplementing this vitamin may result in a very fast improvement in proteinuria levels. In a recent placebo-controlled trial, kidney disease patients who were administered 2 micrograms paracalcitol, a vitamin D analog, were able to see a huge drop in proteinuria levels, 34% after a very short amount of time. So make sure you are being tested for vitamin D levels and also that you are supplementing this vitamin in the right way. Keep in mind that seeing a decrease in your proteinuria means that your kidneys are getting better. Up next, 2 symptoms of kidney disease we want to take care of in order to see an improvement in kidney function. Swelling in the legs and urinating at night. I've grouped these 2 together because they share the same cause, alright? And this means that there are natural treatments that work for both these issues. In fact, managing swelling is also a way to decrease the frequency of nocturia, the need to wake up at night in order to urinate. How, you may ask? You see, decreased kidney function can lead to sodium and fluid retention, which in turn causes swelling in your feet and ankles. This also means that there is now too much fluid in the lower part of the body due to gravity. Now, when the patient lies down, gravity makes this extra fluid finally reach the kidneys. This is a problem because usually at this point it's nighttime. So, how can we prevent this issue? Drinking more water, decreasing sodium intake, and also moving more can help with this water retention. There are also some natural diuretics that can help. First of all, there are foods with diuretic properties such as asparagus, ginger, onions, and celery. They can help, especially if we also take advantage of certain herbs with diuretic properties. One of my favorites is dandelion. The leaves of this plant may be eaten in a salad or used to make tea for their diuretic property. They will directly help your filtering organs to function more efficiently. Now, prescription diuretics can also be taken during the day to alleviate the issue. And if you want to make sure you are reducing the frequency of urination at night, try compression stockings. These special stockings can help improve blood flow in the legs by gently compressing them. Another trick many patients find useful in order to decrease the frequency of urination at night is lying with their legs raised during the day, especially in the afternoon and before going to bed. Doing this for even just 1 hour a day helps getting the extra fluids from the legs near the kidneys where they can get expelled. Okay, another symptom we can take care of naturally is itching or uremic pruritus. Now, this is a symptom that's very common in the advanced stages of CAD because usually it's caused by the accumulation of the toxins the kidneys cannot remove. There are, however, things we can do to keep it under control. First thing that actually works for pruritus, and not many people know this, is taking omega-3 supplements. Yes, this supplement that's usually taken just for its heart and kidney protecting benefits can also help with alleviating itching. Another supplement I recommend for pruritus is calcium carbonate. This is something that's usually recommended to almost every single CKD patient because it binds in the intestines to phosphorus. So you will be adding a source of calcium at meals, and this calcium will in turn help decreasing phosphorus intake. This is not just key to a better kidney function. You see, excess phosphorus in blood is also one of the main causes of uremic pruritus. If nothing else works, talk to your doctor and see if you can get a prescription treatment. This may be needed especially by those in dialysis. There is a relatively new treatment called Korsuva that seems to be working even in those cases when nothing else works. Now there is a symptom that too many patients are ignoring because they don't know how dangerous it can be. I'm talking about constipation. Now, constipation may not seem as serious as the other issues we are looking at in today's video, but don't underestimate this problem. You see, we know today that constipation is way more dangerous for kidney disease patients than most people realize. Kidney disease is often associated with an alteration in the gut microbiota called gut dysbiosis. This is a problem because the gut is used by the body to get rid of the same toxins the kidneys are tasked to remove: potassium, phosphorus, creatinine, and urea, and more. It's clear that if constipation is present, the patient is both going to suffer more from the symptoms of kidney disease and also to lose kidney function to a faster rate. This is the exact opposite of what we want. So, what can you do to take care of constipation and also help your kidneys? First of all, drink more water if you don't have a water allowance. Also, focus on eating more fruit and veggies. These are the best dietary sources of fiber you can find. And consider a fiber supplement. I usually recommend acacia fiber for better gut health. This fiber supplement is so effective in helping the body getting rid of toxins. It has been used in medical literature as a form of intestinal dialysis. Acacia fiber was used in test subjects with stage 5 CKD who wanted to avoid being tied to a machine. Instead, they were given acacia fiber as a form of intestinal dialysis. It worked so well, some stage 5 patients were able to avoid dialysis for years. After that, more research showed that this natural substance can help with proteinuria and uremic toxins in all the stages of CKD. So consider adding acacia fiber to your regimen if you aren't using already. More info about it in the description, by the way. And since we are talking about gut issues, what can we do to manage nausea? Nausea is another symptom that can have a big impact on the quality of life of someone suffering from kidney disease, and not just for the discomfort it causes. In patients in the advanced stages, nausea can often cause nutrition problems. It's never a good thing when a patient loses weight because they are not able to eat. So what can you do if you are suffering from nausea? Try ginger. Ginger is incredibly powerful when it comes to nausea. It should always be tried before starting a pharmacologic intervention. So, try chopping a small cube of fresh ginger about ½ inch and just eat it. In many cases, this is all it takes to feel less nausea. There are also supplements available, or you can make ginger tea or even just use it as a spice on soups and other dishes. Ginger comes with so many health benefits, I recommend eating it even if you don't have nausea, by the way. Ginger is a powerful anti-inflammatory. It can help with the inflammation associated with kidney disease. Always keep some fresh ginger in your pantry. If ginger is not enough, consult your doctor. There are medications that can help with nausea. Up next, another common symptom of CKD that we can treat naturally: muscle cramps. Muscle cramps are so common in people with kidney problems. Some patients are even told to just power through them. Don't do that. That's not going to help. You see, muscle cramps and muscle pains are usually caused by electrolyte imbalance and mineral deficiencies. This is something we absolutely want to take care of if the goal is to improve your kidney function. And there's especially one mineral that we must make sure it is not too low. And while this will be surprising for some, having too little of this mineral is not as rare as you may think. I'm talking about potassium deficiency. Now, potassium deficiency or hypokalemia is just as common in those with CKD as having too high potassium levels, and it can cause hypertension, muscle cramps, and it can even make kidney disease progress faster. Make sure you keep an eye on your potassium level. Now, serum potassium is almost always present in your analysis, so take a look at your serum potassium level. This value should be between 3.5 and 5.2 milliequivalents per liter. Make sure you don't have too much or too little potassium. Potassium is, however, not the only common cause of muscle cramps. Another common cause of muscle cramps is magnesium deficiency. Now, having a magnesium deficiency has way worse consequences than just having muscle cramps. It makes hypertension worse. It makes diabetes worse. It's also very common in CKD. Okay, one last symptom we absolutely want to take care of: excessive fatigue. Just like having muscle cramps, it's extremely common for those with kidney problems to suffer from fatigue. And while it's true that kidney problems do cause this symptom, we should never let it go untreated. It may be a sign of one of the most dangerous complications of CKD, anemia. Now, the problem with anemia is that it's so common in CKD patients, some doctors are not even testing for it. And if they don't test for it, you can rest assured patients are not receiving the appropriate treatment for anemia. This is incredibly dangerous. Anemia is not just the main cause for fatigue in CKD patients. It also damages the kidneys. It can make CKD progress faster. What can you do about it? First of all, get informed. In my recent video, I've talked more in depth about what you can do to avoid this dangerous problem. It's up here and also down in the description. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all.